Next, we are moving on to the next uh, function of leaf, that is transpiration. What is transpiration? First, let me show you the diagram of transpiration, then I will explain it to you. Here it is, transpiration. Now, transpiration, in a more biological term, it is considered as the excretion of plants. Excretion means doing susu and potty. Alright, so doing susu potty of plants is actually transpiration. Means through transpiration, plants give out excess water content in its body. Okay, now what happens? Plants absorb water by their roots. You see, plants absorb water through their roots. This plant water goes up and gets distributed. The plants, wait, let me draw it for you. This is the soil. Okay, here we have the root. Okay, so what happens is water enters the plant body through the roots. Okay, and then we have got the stem. Above the soil we have got the stem. Above the soil we have got the stem. Through the stem, water is sucked up like a straw. Stem acts as a straw. This is stem. Stem acts as a straw, and the water is moved up, or you can say sucked up, from the soil towards the aerial part of the plant, upper part of the plants, and from there it gets distributed. From there it gets distributed to different parts of the plants. Okay, through to the leaves, to the flowers, to the fruits. Okay, to the fruits it gets distributed. Especially it gets distributed to the leaves, and these leaves will use water for photosynthesis. Now, the excess water which will enter the surface of the leaf, will be actually given out through the leaves like this. They come out of the leaf, and in the form of water vapor, they go up in nature. In the form of water vapor, they go out in the nature. Now, when the first layer of water is removed from the surface of the leaf here, and it goes out into nature as water vapor, more water is sucked up through the stem to the leaves. More water is sucked up through the stem to the leaf, because first layer of water is given out. There becomes a vacancy, so more water will come up to fill up that gap. All right, again, you will see, like our perspiration, like our sweating, the leaves of trees will also sweat, and that will also go into nature in the form of water vapor. So more suction will take place. So this will help the root to draw more water from the soil, and in turn stem will pull up more water from the root and will distribute it to the different parts of the plants, and excess water would be given out by the leaves in the form of sweating or perspiration. This process is transpiration. This process is transpiration. So you'll have to learn the diagram of transpiration over here. It's a very easy diagram. You'll have to learn the diagram of transpiration here. See, the diagram of transpiration. It's very easy. Alright. So let's move on to the definition of transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration is defined as, you see, transpiration is defined here in the blue box. Transpiration is the process by which water is lost in the form of water vapor by evaporation from the surface of leaves and other aerial parts of a plant, right? And due to transpiration, the transpiration have two significance. One is, you see, to help of transpiration. One, it gives a cooling effect to the nature. It generates a cooling effect to the nature. And the second help is, you see, it develops the suction force to make root absorb more water with minerals. So these are the two helps of transpiration. Okay, so due to transpiration, plants continuously absorb water from the soil. All right, and this helps in photosynthesis. Clear? And next we move on to the significance of transpiration. As I said, transpiration has got two significance. One is cooling effect. One is cooling effect here. Another one is transpirational pull. Another help is transpirational pull. All right, so let's see what is cooling effect. Cooling effect is what? Cooling effect is water keeps on evaporating from the surface of the leaf. Okay, during transpiration, water keeps on continuously getting into nature. And when water gets into nature, it actually cools down the atmosphere. It cools down the air surrounding, right? So when we stand under the tree, we feel comfortable. During summer season, we feel comfortable. We feel a cooling effect. You will see the area which is more covered, green covered, means more number of trees are there, like our square field and all. Below the tree, under the tree, you feel so comfortable. However, when when the ground is more exposed to sun, we feel very uncomfortable, very hot, direct sunlight, and the surrounding air is so hot, right? So the green plants, actually the plants, not green plants, plants actually give out water due to transpiration, and that water mixes with the air in the surrounding and makes the surrounding air cool. Okay, so these are the two helps of transpiration. This is one reason that why when we stand under a tree shade, we feel comfortable. We experience cooling effect during summer midday if we stand under a tree. It is not only because the shade of the tree. It is not only because the shade. Then you can sit under the under one shade of tin, a shade of asbestos, and you literally need to feel it. Especially you think of my class institution. If you sit in the reception during summer season afternoon, how do you feel? So if only due to shade the cooling effect would have taken place, then the tin shed in the reception of my institution would also have made you comfortable, but it is not that. So it is because of transpiration that the cooling effect prevails under the shade of a tree, right? So the air around surrounding, they become cool due to the presence of water from the green plants, and they becomes heavy. The cold air is heavy, and cold air, that I have already said you, cold air is heavy. Cold air is heavy. This I have taught you during sea breeze, wind breeze, and in SST last year. So cold air, what happens? They settle down, and you are standing over here and you enjoy the cold breeze. Got it? So this happens due to transpiration. Next is transpirational pull. What is transpirational pull? Transpirational pull is nothing. That is what I explained over here. Transpirational pull is, the tree, the root sucks the water from the soil. They absorb water from the soil, and this goes up through the stem into the different parts of a plant. Now, if the transpiration will not take place, suppose the transpiration is not taking place, then the tree will act like a glass. You pour water into the glass, and you can pour water into the glass till that time. You have a glass over here, tumbler. You can pour water into it. Till what time can you pour water into it? Till it goes to the brim. Till here you can pour water, right? But if there is a hole over here, if it is a broken glass, the water will continuously flow out. Water will come out, and you can pour more and more water. So leaf is like that. The stomata present in the leaf are like the stomata present in the leaf is like the hole in this glass. Continuously water is coming out in the form of water vapor, and more water could be sucked by the root and transferred to the different parts of the leaf by the stem. So this is what is transpirational pull. And not only water that is absorbed by the root also absorbs salts and nutrients from the soil. This salt and nutrients, if they remain solid, they cannot go to different parts of the soil, the parts of the plant. For that they need water. They need to dissolve in water. They get the nutrients and the salts from the soil absorbed by the root, gets dissolved in the water, and through water it distributes the salt and nutrients to different parts of the plants. And these nutrients and salts are used by plants during photosynthesis to prepare food. Okay, so these were the two topics of function of leaves. So these diagrams, these definitions, what is transpirational pull, the significances of photosynthesis and transpiration, cooling effect due to transpiration, these are the few things you need to remember, you need to learn. Okay, next we will move on to our next topic.